you bring in Fabi Bush to a design meeting, which we've done every year, all he wants is swings, trap doors. He was painting like long ropes that he could just jump against like Tarzan.
Audi Nines is notorious for pushing the boundaries of course construction, and 2021 is no exception.
Straight out the jungle. Hey.
But that's not to say things have been overly peachy this year, buddy. Livigno, Italy, the location that was home to this event for the last few years, and the original destination for 2021 Audi Nines, was no longer able to host the event due to COVID restrictions. This news broke just 6 weeks ago. It then took Nico Zacek, the founder of Audi Nines and Nine Nights, 4 weeks to find a new location. That was a real kicker because he only had 2 weeks remaining to plan the entire event. And to give you context, it has historically taken 5 months on average to put one of these things together. Not only did the Audi Nines team have to handle all the logistics of the event, you know, curating your athlete list and lining up the appropriate sponsors for this event, but they also had to fully design and build a course that lived up to the standards. The ridiculous standards that previous Audi Nines events have set. Nico and his incredibly talented team started drawing up a load of different design ideas, doing up the proper schematics to make sure it conformed to, you know, the laws of physics. Like, dude, you look at some of this stuff and it's kind of unbelievable that you can build this with snow. Has your team ever brought an idea to the project engineers where they backhanded away because it's, you know, it's too wild?
Yes.
Yeah.
Every year.
By the grace of the good Lord there, Rubber Ducky, they finally got a 3D model all finished and ready to rumble.
No rap cap. I took the top off. I'm dripping like hot sauce.
Behold the phone! That meant they only had like a week to actually build this thing. I don't know about you, but it takes at least 5 weeks to get a pothole filled where I live, let alone build one of the dopest courses ever seen in ski and snowboard history. Having to push, shape, and sculpt thousands upon thousands of cubic meters of snow. Course crew has been working tirelessly both day and night to get this thing built. You best believe their hard work is gonna pay off, brother. Dude, the 3D mock-ups are insane. This is 2 courses in one. You can drop in on either side of this steezy central unit and attack entirely different features on either side. Innovation. On the drop-in site nearest to the chairlift, you have 2 wildly shaped booters, a couple of tippity-top pads, a dome, and this meaty up tube. Is Alex Hall gonna toss a cork 7 off the kicker, hit a sniper tail tap on the nippity-nup, and toss a late 180 out? Most likely. Will Matej toss a switch quad 18 nose tap the dome to a trip back out? Dude, it's possible. That's the first feature set, making your way towards the main central hunk of goodness. You have 7 possible air hits to hit, not even including that massive knuckle over on the right side. The beauty of this booter placement, man, is you're not limited to solely one landing. If you feel like hitting Shelly and going straight forward to that landing, buddy, all the power to you. But if you want to somewhat try to replicate Jesper's double backflip over the death gap way back when, dude, you can make that possible by tossing your body off of Shelly's left side. Also, can't forget to mention the juicy tubulars installed over to the right side. You could disaster over that whole entire knuckle and try and land on that handbar. Man, no thank you. Big fan of the up tube over here that sets you up perfectly for the roller. We've seen these same sort of jib hits at Kimbo sessions, and they are the perfect setup, dude, to get the boys buzzing. The madness just continues on the other side of this fine piece of construction. I could go on about the hundreds of possible lines that the 1% of our population can actually do, but I think it's possible you may have a little bit more interest in hearing some words from the person who founded this event back in 2008.
Okay, so it was actually the time where I was kind of good in skiing, and I did all the big competitions, and I did actually fly to Japan and the US. I did, I don't know, 10, 12 comps a season. I liked doing this, but it felt like 8 out of 10 times the weather was shit and the course wasn't great. My sponsor back then gave me the opportunity, just gave me a little bit of budget and said, hey, do you want to do something? We have something left over. And I was like, okay, yeah, let's do an event where you don't really have to do a run whenever the camera is switched on, but you have a full week, show you the best of what you can. And instead of given prize money to the people, because at the time we didn't really care. We always split the prize money anyway, and we were much more interested in our movie segments than in our competition results. Said, okay, let's use this prize money and invest it into the setup instead of giving it to us, because we don't care so much at the time. So this is how it was founded, and this is something that still 12 years later, Audi Nines invests all the money in the setup. And the second thing, it can never only be 1 or 2 days. It always has to be that week where people can ride whenever there's no wind. This is why up until now we still don't have a live feed. If we would do a live feed, people would have to perform at that one point when they are supposed to drop in, and this is against our DNA. And so sorry for the fans out there.
Now, another really big question I have, and a lot of other people have, is have you guys ever considered bringing Audi Nines to, you know, other sports, skateboarding, or, you know, even motocross type action?
Yes, if Corona would not have happened, we would have done 4 events in 2020 already.
Shoot.
Yeah, it would have been the snow one that you know about. It would have been the mountain bike one that you know about. It would have been a second snow one in China. At the Olympic venue, but that obviously didn't happen. And it would have been a 4th one in surfing.
Wow. Are you just going to like create your own tsunami and bring all these guys and try and sesh the wave, or what?
It would have been in a wave pool.
Oh, wow.
But in a pretty damn good one, though.
Oh, 100%.
And then again, it would have been the same concept of, you know, I love surfing. Like, we all love surfing, and I think the WSL is doing a great job, but still, it's a competition. So we could still take our aspect. And it's true, we started thinking about a skateboard event back in the days when it was 9 nights, just taking a castle and making it a full skate spot. Or I thought about a wakeboarding one that would actually work super well, I think. Let's see what the future brings. We are excited to do more, but if you do too much, then it's not special anymore. So it's a thin line.
Well, I think it'd be pretty special if Nitro Circus and 9 Nights collabed. That's 2 insanity spectrums right there. Can you imagine, like, having a couch going down on wheels on some feature you built? Incredible. Absolutely.
Should do that in skiing this year.
Oh, yeah. Now, you and the amazing team that surrounds Audi Nines have progressed this event year over year. So my question is, where do you see Audi Nines going in the future? How do you guys even progress further than you already have?
So I don't think we should try to build bigger setups and use more snow and try to do quints. I mean, because we've had a lot of records happening at our event, highest airs and first quads and stuff, which is something I like, and then I enjoy accompanying athletes on that journey, because we sit down with them before, how do we build it? This is fun for me, so I like it. But we are at a point where why would we build another hip and try to go higher? Why would we build another quarter pipe, try to go higher? Why would we ask Andre to do a quint? You know, like, no. This year it was all about just designing something really special, like, and adding a design factor. We built castles, and that was easy. Everybody understood it. And then Audi came as a partner. We changed the name. We got away from the castles. We went into the future theme a little bit, but I felt like we lost, like, from the design aspect of the setup, I think we lost something. And now I'm happy that we have it back. We can do more of this. Now we just started there's so much opportunity combining sport and art. There could be a rail edition of Audi Nines. I have in China, this would have been a half pipe edition. I could show you the setup. You're going to freak out. I should probably. So it would have been only transitions. Craziest modifying of a pipe ever. So there's opportunity there.
You've been doing this now for over a decade, right? You've been hosting this event for a long period of time. So where do you think your life would be if this idea of 9 Nights didn't come to fruition?
Wow. Oh my God, I've asked that question so many times to other people, but I never answered it for myself. This has been such a big part of my life, like kind of my job for the last 10 years plus. I don't know, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a sports English teacher, but that doesn't really sound like me anymore. I don't know. I mean, like, when I look at your stuff, I can see you have love for our sport, and I just have the love for our sport. But over the years, it has become a love for our sports, I would say. Like, skiing is still, it's always going to be my main sport, but for me, it's the whole of action sports, really. Any of those sports, skating, surfing, snowboarding, mountain biking, BMX, that I love all of it, and I follow all of it so much that it had to be anything in this area.
Yeah.
It had to be anything with setup design.
Yeah.
It's just what I like.
Now, I understand you're an incredibly busy individual, but I do have one more question for you. Audi Nines is insane. It's an incredible event. It defies, I'm sure, what a lot of people would think is possible. So, you know, theoretically, say I had my grandmother on the line, how would you explain what Audi Nines is to her?
Ah, dude. Okay, in Europe, I would say if you just bring in the best soccer players of the planet and just let them have fun for a week on the most beautiful soccer field on the planet.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. And then she would understand it.
It's
And they would all come for free. This is what Audi Nines is.
There you have it, buddy. Nico Zacek, an incredible individual with a fantastic story. He was constantly praising his team and partners for helping him build this event each and every year. Audi Nines in no way, shape, or form is a small undertaking. It takes a lot of individuals to put this thing together. But truly, dude, my heart goes out to each and every one of you who lend a hand on making this incredible event for sport go down on an annual basis. Anyways, you boys know I love you, and you know the good.
Good Lord.
Lord Rubber Ducky. He loves you. We'll see you in the next one.